This show is brought to you by Manscaped. Use the code AFTV for 20% off your order and free shipping at manscaped.com. AFTV Turkish, what can I say, man? You know, everybody's just coming up here, just disillusioned now. Disillusioned with that. First of all, let's talk about the game, because I know you would probably want to touch on the owners and stuff like that. But the game, we only needed, you think about this for a second. We needed to win 1-0 at home. 1-0. We barely had a shot on target. And then even then, the guy that looked the most threatening, that's going to score a goal, he hits the post, then immediately we take him off. What, were we resting him for the next game? Were we resting him for West Brom?
Trying to get top 8. Rob, I can't... Oh, we've been here before, Rob, man.
I think this is worse than we've been.
Yeah,
I don't think we've ever been this low.
Of course not. Of course not. Not in recent history, anyway. But Rob, let's talk about the game. Arteta just proved that he is out of his depth. You know, I think everyone that backed Arteta this season has been proven wrong, because the only thing they could back him with is give him time. He's learning. He's new. You know, but at the end of the day, we was in a position last year, in a great position in the Europa League to get through, and we didn't. You know, that's a learning curve. We won the FA Cup. That's a learning curve. You had a season of inconsistency. That's a learning curve, surely.
Listen, not
but
even
it's not.
Inconsistently.
Yeah,
it's been a shocking season by Arsenal standards. Yeah, we're currently 9th. I don't even know where we are. 9th or 10th in the league, with virtually no chance of getting in the top 6. I'm not even talking top 4 no more. 6.
Yeah.
Right. So you failed on that. Now you've got he's a very lucky guy, because he had another chance to redeem himself, get to the final, and through the back door you can get into the Champions League. He had the easiest side of the draw, and he's failed miserably. Yeah,
he tried to go in pragmatically, something we was fed up with Emery for. You know, Arteta just fell down on his knees doing exactly that. We should have gone in,
go for it,
gung-ho essentially, just go in and try and dominate. I would have understood that more. Again, we're talking about understanding what Arteta's done. Maybe we could understand the lineup today and the formation. Maybe we can understand that, and I will get into that in a minute. But what I can't understand is, what philosophy was you implementing out there tonight? We should have been on them from the get-go. We wasn't. It was laboured. It was patient. It looked like we was going for that. Let's just make sure we don't concede, and we'll nick one on the other end. At home to Villarreal in the Europa League against a manager we sacked 18 months ago. Come on. It's even more embarrassing than it's ever been. You are right. It is the lowest of low. And then we look at the lineup. Bellerin, how's he back in the side?
Everybody said it on the stream. I think Lee was just up here, said it. What's he done to you know, has a good game at the weekend, one good. He's been dropped about the last 4 or 5 games. Then he's back in.
Again, let's link it to Arteta. Arteta brought Cedric in. When he brought Cedric in, we had Bellerin and Maitland-Niles as right backs. Since then, Maitland-Niles has left the club, albeit on loan, and we've brought in no one else. So we've got Bellerin, Cedric. All of a sudden, Chambers is ahead of Cedric. Bellerin's ahead of Cedric. This is the right back you bought about 15 months ago, Arteta. So what is going on? You know, that doesn't make sense in itself. And then you look at Bellerin's performance and you see signs of what we've saw in the past. Letdown. The back two, Rob Holding, new contract this season. Never been good enough. Never going to be good enough. What are we doing? Same shit. Different season. Contracts for no reason. Committing to players that doesn't make sense. Now we move on to, where should we move on to? Tierney slotted in at left back, emergency. Xhaka was meant to be there, or I don't know what he had planned with that first 11. We didn't get to find out.
But I heard him say that, you know, his plans got messed up, but...
His plans always are getting messed up.
Your plans got a bit, what? Xhaka at left back weren't exactly going to be... What was he going to do? Bomb down and create?
And he had the cheek to say, you know, tactically it brings so much. Having Xhaka at left back, what are you talking about? We've had him for left back for 2-3 games. And in those 2-3 games, he's been exposed once or twice already. It's not his fault.
Does he have to go for you?
Who, Arteta?
Yeah.
Arteta has to go. Edu has to go. Vinay has to go. Big man at the top, KROENKE has to go. All of them have to go. No sense in replacing one without replacing the others. The main one has to be KROENKE. That's why I always bang on about him. Because if a new owner comes in, a new owner sorts out Arteta. A new owner sorts out Edu and Vinay. What experienced manager wants to come in? Let's say, who have we been linked with? Conte? Sarri? What the hell can Edu say to them, man? Edu's going to try to talk to them about targets in Europe and who to go for. Them man know more than they do. We've got inexperience, not just with our manager. The guy above him is inexperienced. Trying to tell us to be patient with Willian. This is a Europa League semi-final. How patient do you want us to be? I know he said that in November, but it was cheeky of him. Willian's been playing in this league for 7 years. We commit to Willian for 3 years, 200k a week or so rumoured to be. It's madness, and it's still going on under our noses. There's no point in giving Arteta the money this summer, if there is money. But the main thing is, the big man at the top has to go. Do you
think, because listen, we had this discussion yesterday before the game. There was a few people that I spoke to that said, you know what, Robbie? I don't want to say this. It sounds horrible to say. I love Arsenal. I bleed Arsenal. But you know what? I'd actually take them losing and going out of the Europa League so that this guy leaves the club. Because he's not going to have the money. Because now, next season, there's no Europe. Not even Europa League, no Europe. That's going to be a massive drop in income.
Yeah.
Where does he go from here? It's either invest big, then it's who do you attract. But it's either invest big, do like what? Remember when Chelsea dropped out of it all that year? Yeah. They went big, like almost to say never again, in order to come back. I can't see him doing that. Or he walks, or he just stays around and it just gets worse.
Yeah, he stays.
And if he stays around and it gets worse, I fear for this club.
The club's essentially gone, Rob. You know, it's essentially gone. Well, we want someone to come back and revive it. Reviving it means it's dead. It's dead. What is there? Top to bottom. Top to bottom.
True.
Tell me what's good about this club apart from the few youngsters we've had come through over the last 2 years. Top to bottom, nothing. No, and it's not only average, it's not only poor, it's rotten. Like it stinks. You know, there's nothing good about this club right now. The only good thing has come in the last few weeks with the unity amongst the fan base. You know, at the end of the day, let me not say embarrassed, but fans went out and clapped for this team today going into that game. You know,
They've tried. The fans have tried everything.
Forget that trying, Rob. They shouldn't be clapping this team. Rob, sorry, but they shouldn't be clapping this team. It's madness. You're going out of your way to something that was meant to be a protest. Rob, one sec, please. So something that was meant to be a protest, you're going out of your way to change it. That comes from the club. Know that. To a clap. A clap. A clap. We're in what, 9th, 10th? Like you said, you don't even know where we are. We was 8th last season. The season before that, we was at the top 4. And before that, we was at the top 4.
5 years now.
So at the end of the day, Rob, what are man clapping for? It's embarrassing. Stop that. There's nothing in this club that we should support right now apart from those youngsters. Apart from those youngsters. And there's a nice group of them. But them aside, everything at this club is wrong. And we'll lose them if we don't fix the rest of it.
Do you think the KROENKE will leave?
I've never seen a light as bright as this one before. I can't say will he leave. I can't say that because he might take the piss. He might not like the way the fans have moved him. He might not like Ek coming out in the media and saying it. He might not like these things. So he might dig his heels in and be a prick about it.
The pressure's going to be ramped up on him now, isn't it?
Yeah, 100%. Last day of the season, we should definitely protest again. A big one like we did a couple of weeks ago. Last game of the season, that's what we should do. I know there's ones planned for every home game and so on, but at the end of the day, it's hard for people that support Arsenal living out of London to come down to that. Last game of the season, we protest again. Ek wants this. I can see from his comments the way he drip feeds information. Ek wants us to support him right now. And at the end of the day, I don't know the man, but I know the man we have. And I don't want the man we have. So I'll try my luck with this one. It might end up being a battle with him, but I'm tired of the battle I'm in. So we need some new direction, new eyes, new hope. And if he's linked to the Invincibles, if he's linked to the few names he's been linked to, Henri's come out this week, I expect Bergkamp and Vieira to come out over the next couple. Like I said, he's drip feeding. That's the right way to do it. We've got like four games left this season. That means fuck all. Know that, it means fuck all. We shouldn't even bother watching it on Sky and BT and that. That's what I suggest. Why watch it? You know, why watch it? There's nothing in the league. That's one way you can bite the hand that feeds the club. Sky look at the numbers. Oh, showing Arsenal isn't that great anymore. Club, lose money in a future deal, potentially. We have to try everything we can. Everything we can. Because like I said, there's no light that I've seen shine brighter than now. And we have a man that's literally asking for our support in Ek. I can't promise he is the right man, but I can promise the one we have, it isn't.